Flosstube. We've got a very unwilling Eric here. There you go, Ricky. Welcome to my Halloween autumn edition of my channel. For those subscribers who are returning, thank you so much, especially seeing that I have been absent. Eric, no, that's naughty, scratching my leg. Anyway, for my faithful subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in again. I know it's been a bit of an absence. And to my new subscribers, as usual, a very, very warm welcome. Hope you like what you see and hope you'll hit the bell and do all the things so you can always get a new any new editions. The light is playing havoc, okay? I'm out to practice, I swear. And I've got Eric's hairs on me now as well. Oh, kitty hairs. Anyway, sorry about that. Real life, real life. Anyway, I am dressed for my autumn edition. I don't really do black, not really. Those of you who've been watching me know I like a bit of color. I'm wearing my shawl here, which is another one of my lovely ones in my collection from my friend Amanda, who you met on one of my previous episodes. So I've got that on as well. I love her things. It's so nice when somebody makes you something handmade. Anyway, what have I been up to, guys? I did warn you when you last saw me, I think it was in September, that it was gonna be a bit of a lull. And it was a bit of a lull, it has been, but I've been busy. I've been so busy. I've had so much going on. This light is doing my head in. Let me just see if I can improve it without putting me in the dark, in soft focus. I don't know if that's any better. Anyway, because I need to try and do this video in one go. Because as usual, it's mad round here. We have our 2 big Christmas shows coming up, right? So we are leaving, less than 48 hours. We're leaving and heading to the Cheltenham race course for the Christmas event there. And then after that, we're back in for about a week, and then we head off to London for our last big Christmas show, which is the Country Living show with Good Housekeeping magazine at the exhibition centre in Islington. So lots going on. It's that time of year, and then after that, we're finished. After that, I can have some normality again. I can sort myself out, get back to some good old my hobbies and so on, and obviously design for next year. Get everything going. I have got my little Halloween pumpkin display. I don't know if you can see it. Let me just move you. No, I hope I don't shake you. And you see, after we went through all that trouble to get everything right. Ooh, let's move over Eric. No me naughty. There we go. So we got a little bit of Halloween thing going on there with my little flick candles and my cute little pumpkins. One of them doesn't want to be seen. Let's get the big fat one out. Whoops, there goes the flowers. Never mind. Okay, so let me just put you back over. It's quite gloomy here in the Fens today. Really properly autumn now. Well, yesterday was quite sunny, but one of the days actually, it was just foggy this week. I did a little film which we might be able to put in for you, and it was just so foggy. But it's quite warm, no wind, so that's always good. Yeah, so what have I been up to? Well, let's talk about my professional stuff first. It's been fabulous. I know I've missed you guys, and I know I haven't been doing my Flosstube, and I haven't been doing as much stitching, but it has been fabulous. I actually met all my targets and more, the things I really wanted to do, having not been well for so long and struggling. The treatment, by the way, is going well. I really had all of this creativity stored up inside. I really, really had all this stuff I wanted to do, and I'm just so pleased with myself, so grateful that I was able to produce the stuff, and also finally launch my new brand as well, Whimsical and Wild. Whimsy and Wild to its friends. And that's all about fables and fairy tales and folk tales and interesting things, just sort of anything goes, whereas my other work is quite botanicals, landscape and so on. My other brand is still there. And actually, I'm going to do a full program on Arlene Wild Art for those of you who are interested. You can see a full roundup. I'll probably do that after Cheltenham because that site has been sadly very neglected, and I'll show some of my process and a full show of the work. But before we move on and get into the other bits, let me just quickly show you some of the things I've been doing. Okay, So this is just a few of them, and they're made up of collage. You know, I do a lot of free motion machine embroidery in my normal work, in my other range. This range has a little bit of stitching, but mostly it's all about collage, mixed media, using lots of different paints and so on. And it has a lot of positive affirmation statements in it as well. Like this one here says, you're braver than you believe. And they're very sparkly. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. Now, this is a print, one of my prints of the work. But like, I don't know if you can see it. There's lots of metallic and sparkles in. That's one of them. So this is what's been keeping me busy. And I've got greetings cards and everything in the range. No placemats. They're not meant to be. This range isn't. This one is called the Autumn Fair. The fairies are off to the fair. And I don't know if you can see their sparkle on their wings. The light isn't so good, but hopefully. And it's all been, I mean, this is a print of the work, but that was all created through digital art and collage and stuff. This is just a few of them. Hold on, let's check this light again. I think it's a bit dark. I think we might have to put up with the glasses nightmare, haven't we? That's a bit better. This one here, that one is called The Secret Garden. I quite like this one as well. And that's got a positive affirmation in there. It says, and into the forest I go to lose my mind and find my soul. And it's just been nice to do some more abstract work and some different stuff, you know. That's one of the coasters that goes with the girl. And her little writing, Simon has done some work on there to get that in focus. And this other one, I don't know how well she'll show up on here. And she's called Catch a Fallen Star. Yeah, so that's her. See, she's sparkling a bit. And her stars all sparkle. Because she looks so fed up and miserable, I thought I'd give her a nice positive affirmation. So yeah, so that's what's been happening with that. What else was I going to show you? There was something else I was going to show you. Hold, please. I'll just go and get. Hold on. Right, we're back. So the other things that I did, because I just thought I'd just quickly show you, right? Hopefully you don't mind. So then this is another one of my pictures from that Whimsy and Wild range. And that's been made into a greetings cards because we sell greetings cards. That was the autumn one you saw before. Sorry about the shiny plastic bag. They're all bagged and ready to go to show. This one is called Peacocks on Parade. And then I've got two here. This was one of the girls. These girls are also quite, I'm influenced quite a bit in the designs by Gustav Klimt, the artist. I love him. It's got lots of gold and metallic in its real life. So that's some of the work that's been keeping me away on the whimsical side. And then, as if that wasn't good enough, I have 8 new Christmas designs. So I'm dead chuffed with that as well. Last year, this is one of last year's designs. There was a whole range of those. This is a placemat. Okay. The girls aren't going to be made into tableware. They're going to be coasters and eventually gifty stuff, but no. But as I said, there'll be lots more details when I do the one on Arlene Wild Art, which we'll put the link below. Anyway, I'm just going to flash you through the Christmas designs because I'm just so pleased with them. And I hope you're pleased for me and that you'll be patient. We will get around to the other stuff. So that's Robin, that one. All mixed media art, digital, and also, you know, somebody said, because I'd stamped Flora on there, and somebody asked me if it was Flora Margarine. I never thought about that. Which other one? These ones are so cute. Little foxes kissing noses. And these correspond with last year's designs, which is quite nice because my customers do like to mix and match, you know. And that's Mr. Badger. I'm really pleased. So much work went into designing these. I also did, in the middle of it all as well, a wedding commission, which I'm dead chuffed about. I can't show it to you because it was a commission and the wedding hasn't happened yet. And, you know, but it was really nice. And hopefully I'll be able to show you some other time what that was. So it was a wedding commission for the head table of tableware. And it incorporated, it was a Welsh family. And so there's another one, the owl, he's cute. And basically I included a lot of the Welsh symbolisms in there. Like I collaged in essences of the oak tree, which is the Welsh national tree, the daffodil, which is the Welsh national flower. There were a pair of love spoons with their initials on. And it was, you know, it's really been well received. She's really chuffed with it. It's for her son, and yeah, so that it's always nice to get little challenges and do something different, isn't it? And this Mr. Hare, he's cute as well. I love him. And this is my little wild card. Oh, I just like him, and I like the blue. This one as well. See how many? That's why you haven't seen me, guys. I've been a busy bunny. So that's that. These are just some from my usual range. That's also a new one. That one. Yeah. So yeah, so enough of that stuff, because I know that's not really what you're here for on this channel. As I said, I'm going to be doing a nice bumper episode when we get back from Cheltenham on the other. So what have I been doing in the stitchy world? Well, I've been doing more than I thought, actually. I thought, because like for about 4 weeks, to be honest, I didn't do any stitching. I will be honest. I was, after Burley, I came in and I just went on lockdown in the studio, literally lockdown, like a student, you know, studying, and allowed the designs to come, because, you know, it takes a lot of focus. And to be honest, at the end of it all, I was so tired. At nighttime, there's no way I was going to pick up a needle. And then in the morning, I was having a bit of a lie-in. And my head was mostly focused on the art, so I wasn't thinking about too much. But I did do some work. So shall we crack on and we see what I've been doing? I've got quite a bit to show you, actually. I didn't realize I had as much because I've been shopping. Naughty. See, this is what happens. I was missing it, so I was shopping. So without further ado, I hope I'd welcome you subscribers. I can't remember. I didn't I, at the beginning? But if I didn't, welcome again, and a warm welcome to my newbies, but I'm sure I did. And I'm sorry as well if I haven't been keeping up with the comments. I do need to do some catching up. I'm hoping that when we're at Cheltenham, I'm going to be in the caravan, so I'll be able to do that. So I don't know if you remember this one, the gnomes that I was working on, and this one is from Soda Stitch. Sorry, probably didn't hold it up again. My working copy. It was a PDF from Etsy. And what have I been doing? And it's in the little bag. You know, I love my little bag. Doop doops. So what did I do? I made some progress on this, actually. Oh dear. I just realized, guys, I didn't bring, I'm going to have to use this placemat. I didn't bring down my board. So I did a bit of progress on him, you know. I have finished my first gnome completely. When you saw it, he was about not quite half done. So I finished the first gnome and I've started on gnome 2. This is being worked on a 32 count Zweigart linen dyed by me. And of course, my cute little gnomey fella there. I can't remember where he came from. He's either from Don't Step on Your Needle or Stitch Me in Your Stash. I can't remember which one, where he came from. So Eric is purring and burbling. He'll be back. Eric, you can't step on those. Come on, out the way. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, he'll be into things. So I'm going to try and keep this tidy because, as I said, it's kind of hectic around here. And I was determined to get a floss tube done before I went off on the road. But, you know, it's going to be tonight. I'm helping Simon put stickers on coasters. Glamorous life we, us entrepreneurs, have. What else have we got now? So that I've been working on. The other thing I did a bit of work on was my Michael Powell. Right, so I'm going to take it out the plastic, so because I know it's not very nice, especially in this light. So that's that one, Michael. And when you last saw me, I still had a bit of work to do around this area here. Well, I've had a page finish on it since, and I've gone over onto page 2. So basically, if I show you my progress, there we go. It is on a 14 count Aida. It did come as a kit from Michael Powell. Now, at some point I'm going to do, probably when, because he's so summery, I think I will do it when the weather is nicer. I don't know. At some point I am going to do a designer focus on Michael Powell. I'm very fond of his designs. Obviously it has a lot of backstitch. I'll show you the picture in a minute. But anyway, I finished off all of this and I've gone over onto the next page now, starting to do the water. So we're getting on. There are 3 in the series and I'm joining them all. You can do them as a triptych, but I'm doing mine as one. And I'll show you the picture again. You see there's quite a lot of backstitch. And his back stitches, to be honest, are very big back stitches, you know, like big whipping back stitches. So there's no way I'm going to do that till at the end, because really that's going to be problems for me, because it's going to get snagged and all the rest. And I don't mind back stitching, to be honest. I quite like back stitching. I find it quite comfort stitch, really. Right, so what else have we got? Now, everything is down here in the crate, so you're going to see the side of my head from time to time. Now, that brings me neatly on to Halloween. Now, don't get excited, because I haven't been stitching on a lot, but I have been doing some. So, you know how I love Halloween? You know that, don't you? I'll keep saying how I love Halloween. And let's face it, I'm wearing my devil's horns. Halloween kind of passed me by this year, I'm afraid. I've done a little bit of Halloween stitching, but it's passed me by. But I've got some stuff to show just the same. So one of the ones I dug out to work on was the Reverend Squashbottom. And he's from Not Forgotten Farm, Etsy PDF, okay? My picture is not very good. This is my working copy. Lots of people have stitched this. Carol Saltbox, loads of people have stitched this. In fact, I saw finished the other day on, I can't remember who it was, actually another person. Loads of people have switched him. Let me see if I can get him out. No, I did a bit on him. I haven't got a picture of where I was before, but I will show you where he is at now. So I finished stitching the house. There wasn't much, the church. There wasn't much done on that church. Lots of white stitching, but I managed to get all of that done. I haven't put the windows in yet, but I'm thinking about putting glow-in-the-dark thread in the windows, because I think that could be fun. I customized this as well in some ways, because I am not using the called for threads. I use my own threads because I didn't really like the colors as such. And it is a mixture of DMC, I think, in the case of this, and also a bit of sulky thread as well. The black is sulky. The cat I customized to give him Piccolo's little tail, even though my Piccolo is white. And the cross wasn't there. I put the cross in. Now, I've done quite a bit. Really, what's left with him now, I need to just get his border in. And then there's a few little doodads. I'll show you again. Let's see. The picture is not very good. In fact, you can barely see the doodads. You can barely, I mean, it's probably been sat there copied for so long, run off of my printer. But there are a few little sort of doodads about the place that I need to do. And of course, I need to put in the 1761 on top there, which you can barely see. Yeah, on the top there. So yeah, not bad. Quite a nice minder. I know we like our minders. He's not in any particular project bag. I took them all out of the bags for ease. So yeah, and Prunella, which is his wife, she is also from the same company, and I'll show you the picture in a minute. That's Prue. Prue's house is now finished, and her minder is definitely from Don't Step on Your Needle, Jenna. I need to get her border going. I don't know, I did do a little bit, but it was, as I said, guys, it was pretty hard. I don't know where her picture is. I was going to show you her. Not Forgotten Farm again, PDF, Etsy. Hang on one sec. Sorry about the scrunching. Look, that's her. The pictures are so small. Yeah, so you see, there's not that much. I tell you what, though, I found this Aida. It's a Hobbycraft branded Aida, so it's from my early days, you know. And actually, to be fair, it's a little bit thin as Aidas go, but I dyed it. It was dyed by me. I think I didn't tell you. I think it's on a 16 count Aida, both of them. And I dyed it myself using walnut granules and a little bit of tea. But to be honest with you, I think one of the problems, pardon, I had as well. I just have a sip of my lemonade. 1 minute. Yeah. One of the problems I found, and I'm doing this because at the time when I was stitching this, I was doing a lot of work in the studio, working with a lot of the paints and stuff, washing my hands a lot and all the rest of it. It was making the back of my hands feel a bit sore. So because of that, I found I couldn't stitch on it for long. Maybe if I had it on a frame, but you know, when it rub it on your hands, I found it a little bit coarse. Normally, I mean, obviously I've been stitching it before and I've never had that problem, but I think that kind of put me off. And so I didn't really pursue. But at least, you know, I got a few stitches in, and really I would like to get it done because there's not much left on it. So I don't know. I need to really get those finished. So I'm just going to move those out of the way. I'm trying not to get into too much of a mess because I've got to put it all away. I don't like to leave things messy when I go because you know how it is with our stash. It's an organized mess, isn't it? Or else we'll never find anything. Now, what else have I been working on? Yes, one more Halloween piece as well. Now, this one also has a very small realization. Let me just fold it up to show you, see if I can get it. My scribblings are on it. This one by Prairie Moon. And these are all whips, right? So these have been in my whip pile since last year. This one definitely has been in there since last year. Now, this one here is Prairie Moon, and it's called Thine is the Trick or Treat. And I really like it. Thine is the trick and treat, actually, to be correct. So, this one, I'm also working on Aida. And I did do a little bit on it. I'll show you. Bear with me. Let me just get it round. So this one, I think, is on a 14 count Aida. So I got. And it has a very cute Halloween minder. Look at that beauty. I think I don't remember where I got it from. I somehow forget where the minders come from. Somewhere on Etsy anyway. So that's where I'm at on it. So I've made quite a bit of progress on it. I did do all of this cartouche since you last saw me. All of that, I filled it in. However, and I started on filling in this cartouche, but I realized somewhere along the line I've made a bit of an error. This cartouche is not the right size. It's a little bit off. And the picture is so small. Bear with. I don't know if I can even show you what the problem is. I will fix it. I'm not picking it out. It's not being frog. Forget it. So it's this one. See this little cartouche here? I'm trying to come in close because it's ever so small. Where is it gone now? I'm sorry about this. Hold on. Yes, the one with the cat. You see? This one. That cat and it's all the stars are not going to fit. This cat will fit, but the stars won't. So I'm just gonna fudge it. There's no way I'm doing that. I started that last year when we went away to Wales. I started that, and actually it's quite a quick stitch. It doesn't take that long, and I really do like it. I'll show it again. I like the Aida dyed by me. I like the greens and the purples in it, and the walnut stain. And then I baked it off in the oven. So that's that one. Let's put that over there with the Halloween stuff. Now that is probably the extent of my Halloween stitching, but if I can find it, hold on a minute, bear with me. I did bring down to show you. So if you're looking at the top of my head, yeah. I thought I'd share with you some other Halloween, not a lot, just a few that are on my radar. This one, I love this one. Oh, you know what, guys? And I'm really sorry. I didn't bring down two to show you. Or maybe I've got them in the folder. Maybe I have. Because I bought two things from Flossabilities. Because I really like her, Lauren. And I haven't really bought anything from her. So I thought she had two new releases and I really loved them. So I thought I'd support her and buy. Anyway, this one here, Crochet Go-Go. Or Crochet to Go-Go. I don't know how you pronounce it. That one there, the Halloween sampler. Love that. Love, 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 love. That is available on their Etsy shop. So that one is on my radar. Although I don't know for when. Well, I just stitch stuff. I don't know about you. I don't stitch Halloween just a Halloween because I love Halloween, right? It's just I haven't been able to get into it. Now, this one I'm not going to take out the bag. I'm really sorry. Simon bought this for me as a gift last year this time, and I haven't started it yet. But I pulled it out because I thought you might enjoy it. It's by Littlie Stitch, and it's all of these nice ornaments, right? It's a kit. And look how beautiful the threads are, all organized on the back. And it's got some metallic thread as well. Now, one of the problem I have with this one, not a problem really, a consideration. I don't know what you think. Well, the ornaments, right, are stitched on 14 count, like a plastic mesh stuff. I ain't feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I'm not really feeling it. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to stitch them. But I think I might just stitch them as pillows, that, you know, like on linen. I don't know if I like the plastic stuff. It's in there. It's white. You can't see it. It's there. And the trouble I have with it is, well, various things really. One, even just looking at the pictures here, which you can't see that well. Sorry about the glare, but I really can't take it out of the bag. You can see where you can still see the plastic edging. Oh, no, that's not going to fly for me. So I don't think I'm going to use that. I think I'm going to use some nice fine linen and then have them as ornaments just the same. Or maybe some as pillows, some as ornaments and so forth. This other one as well I love. This one I got off of Etsy. From this company that I'm not going to even try and pronounce. I'm not going to try. This one. That's the name of the company there. Halloween cupcakes. I thought those would be nice on perforated paper, which I could stitch the others on perforated paper, although you still kind of get the same problems. But I think perforated paper can be a little bit more, I don't know, easy on the eyes, shall we say. Yeah, I like that one as well. So I thought I'd just, as it's Halloween and we're doing the autumn one, and the reason why I'm doing Halloween early is because on Halloween I will be working. So therefore I will not be able to be with you. So I thought I would do it early. Yeah, I think that's for the Halloween ones that I've got to share with you. Now, what else have we got in the box? So I think that's pretty much mostly what I've been stitching on. However, this one is a finish. This is by Brenda Gervais with Dye Needle and Thread. I showed her last time, this one. I didn't bother to bring the picture down. Lots of people have stitched it. I didn't stitch the whole thing, and I've customized. It's got beads and stuff on. And I'm going to make it into a pillow. And I thought I'd show you what I'm going to finish it with. So, this fabric I got out of my stash even. This one, it's Andover Fabrics. Yeah. And I think that's going to look really nice on the back of that. And then in my stash, I also had this green chenille. It's a hand-dyed chenille. You see? Don't know if the color is being a bit blown out. I can't really see it that well. So my plan is that when I make it up into a pillow and stuff it with my walnut shells, then see if I can assimilate it to show you. I'm going to put that, oh, sorry, kind of around the edge like as a finish. And I think that would be quite nice. Also, I've got little tiny blue beads on here, you see? And this fabric has got the tiny little blue. I don't know if you can see them very well. So I think that will go well together. So hopefully, I'm hoping maybe by the next time I'll have that to show. And I'm also hoping, actually, talking about finishes, that hopefully, turn away, this light is doing my head in. Hold on, let's try and move it again. Sorry about fidgeting like this. That's a little bit better, I don't know. Anyway, I'm hoping as well, because poor Simon, he is really busy. If I'm busy, he's busy, all right? Because every time I make new designs, he's making the products and things to go with them. He's doing the prints, he's doing all the things. So therefore, I mean, I finished the prints, but he has to do all the software work on them to get them right and so on. But I'm hoping maybe with my last Flosstube for the year, my pre-Christmas Flosstube, I will have some full finishes. Hopefully you'll have a chance to frame up some of the work, because actually I've got them all in a box and I was looking, I haven't done too badly. I could have done better, could have done worse. But hopefully I'm hoping to get things, some frame pieces to show. That'd be a nice way to close out the year, I think, with you. So I'm going to put this one down here. Now, what else have I got to talk to you about? Now, yes, I'm just looking in the box to see what's in there. Yes, now, what have I got to do? Oh, gosh, what am I like? No, before we got to that, I was working on more stuff. You know, there is more to show. I forgot. You have to pardon me. It's been a busy time. So the other thing I have been working on, and these are new starts. I started them both together. I started them about a week ago, and they are from the same company. Now, one of them, bear with me, I'm just getting myself sorted here. I'm out of practice, aren't I? I don't know. Hold on, let me just get them out, and I'll try and get them out the plastic to show you. Okay, I've really been enjoying these, and they're kind of like two Amish style pieces, And I'm quite fond of that style. When I first started cross stitching back in the 80s, I realized that I had some of those. It's not lavender and lace, similar to lavender and lace. I've got some to show you, so you'll see what I mean. I've always liked that sort of shaker style. So one of them, and I'm not going to pronounce the name of the company either, because I think it's called Mew Mew. I don't know. There it is there. They are also on Etsy. That one. And why I love its simplicity. And I'm fond of quilts, because one of the ones that I've got in my stash, my whips, sorry, is quilts by Long Dog Samplers, because I love all the little quilts. I just love them. I just like how they are there in that simple style. So yeah, so I started that one, and I'm going to share my progress on that one. I started 2 from them, working concurrently. I've done really well on it. I've only started these a week ago. And I'm trying to do an experiment to see if I focus on one thing, if I can manage to sit still and not be tempted by all the foxes, how quickly can I progress, right? Because I don't know. But you know how it is. Other things are always flying by. That's my progress. I am dead chuffed with that. So pleased. It's so cute. These are beautiful. Now, the other thing is I am working this on a 35 count. 35 count linen. I think this is in raw. I think it's raw. This color. And I got it from a company called Florashell. They're on eBay. I buy a lot of my linen from her. I was going to bring her thing down. I'll try and put her details down below. But aren't they so cute? And I've put the back stitch in. I don't know if you can see it, but I've put a long back stitch there to hang the quilt. And I'm moving on now to do, my next move will be to do the fisherman. You see him there? He's fishing the water, and then put the veggies in. Okay. And what I'm doing, I'll show you the other one in a minute. I'm working like a band of one, go to the other, go to the other. The colors are very similar. The palette is very similar. I'm using most of the colorful colors, but I'm also putting in a few of mine. I'm working, as I said, 35 or 36 count. Some people call it 35, and some suppliers say it's 36, but it is what I got. So I'm working on 35 count, 1 thread over 2. Because I'm loving the 1 thread vibe. It's very, very fine. Shall we look at it one more time? And that needle minder, I think, was a gift from Amanda. So that's that one. And hold on, let's just try not to get into too much of a pickle. Now, where is the other one? Hold on, let's get all the plastic for you. You can hear any water in the background. It's the aquarium. It's quite restful. It's only a little one. But you can hear the water. I need to sort them out as well before I go. Do them a water change. So this is the other one. Okay. And again, it's that similar style. Now, I didn't like this part here at all. Not one little bit. So I decided to change it. And I'm going to read the words to you. Personally, I think it's modeling. You know, each to his own. So it says, everyone's destiny is in God's hands, but it is not possible to know it until the end of one's life. And I thought, okay, fair enough. I didn't fancy that. So I took that out. And also, I didn't really too much like just that blank white business there. So I decided to use a bit of artistic license. So what I've done is I've decided, as it's autumn, and I think, sorry, I'm going to picture again, with the sunflowers and everything, which I'm looking forward to working those sunflowers, right? I decided, why not make more of the autumn, you know, feeling of it. Got the little sheep. I'm looking forward to getting up there. So again, I'm working on the same. I'm working on 30, 36 or 35 count, whichever one you want to call it. Zweigart linen. I love the stitches. They're so pearly and cute. I'm putting pumpkins in. Can you see? And I'm using DMC variegated floss to do that. And I use the DMC variegated floss as well, where I'm doing the sunflower stalks. And I'm totally in love with the scarecrow. Let me see if I can get him close. Because it's so fine, you know, when you work on 36. Let's see if we can get the scarecrow up close. I'm loving it. He is so cute. And I've put all his little doodads in, his little backstitch. See if I can give you a good look. You see him? His little feet. And the pumpkins are coming up nice. So I'm going to just fill in all under the bottom there with pumpkins. And I might, because on the previous one I showed you from the same designer. If I can find the picture back again. Bear with me. I might also borrow some of the wheat. You see there's some sheaves of wheat there. I might borrow some of that and break up the pumpkins, like a block of that and then. But I don't think I'm going to do, I'm not going to stitch, you know, like how this one is filling with stitching, because that's also stitching. It's quite a bit of stitching actually, because all that's full coverage. Yeah, I'm not going to put in all of that behind on the other one. I'm going to leave it just as the thing. But that is by the same company. I do have 2 other whips by them. They're very good. I like their patterns and everything. And I must do a review. I haven't done a review because I wanted to get some stitching done, and then I was going to take a photograph and put it on Etsy for them. So that has happened. And I'm just looking in my bag, my magic bag. Oh, talking about magic bags. Now, I can't claim this as my own idea. I was enabled by Lynn from the Lancashire Stitcher to get this bag. I got it from Amazon. Right? Now, it's a project bag. And it is sold a project bag on Amazon. They do it in different colors, but I like the strawberry one. She got the strawberry as well. And what this bag is all about, when I go on tour, okay, I take the kitchen sink with me in the stitching world, as you know, because we're all the same, ambitious, think we're going to be stitching all this stuff. And Lynn was saying she does the same thing. She takes all this stuff when she goes to her stitching groups or whatever. And of course, needless to say, you're not going to work on all that. So one of the ladies there, she had this bag, right? And I'm going to show you the inside of the bag in a minute. And the reason why she has the bag is she said, if it doesn't fit in the bag, I can't take it. And I'm thinking, that could be an idea, actually. So unless I'm filming for you, because, you know, sometimes I do film for you in the caravan, yes? So unless I'm filming for you, then I need to be sensible. I need to just take what fits in this bag. If it don't fit in this bag, that project cannot go. Okay? So that's what's happening when I go to Cheltenham and when I go to London for these 2 shows. I'm taking this bag. So the bag was £20. I thought that was very reasonably priced, but I'm going to show you. And it's quite well made. It's quite nice. It's in cotton because I was worried it was going to be plastic. Oh, and I found this in the charity shop or the thrift shop, as you Americans call it. Little Betty Boo bag pull. Anyway, I'm going to show you the beauty of this bag now. And this is what really made me, and I'm sure Lynn, turn on to it. So, let me just take this out. I've got a pattern here showing. Sorry, a graph. So when you open up the bag, and sorry about the reflection, it's got all of this plastic inside, right? So that one is a full A4 pouch. Then the next one, which is this one, it's divided in 2. Because the bag is like this. Look, you ready? Let's see. It goes like that, and like that, and like that. I see we've got a little friend here, Mr. Eric. Hello, Eric. Look at him. He's sitting at the window. So yeah, it's got all of those compartments. So effectively, you've got several project bags in one project bag. Yes, several sleeves where you can keep everything. The other thing is at the bottom of it, at the back, it's got that deep area there as well. And I got this box here. I got these from Aldi recently. Aldi's a supermarket, budget supermarket here in the UK. Like you have got not Costco, Lowe's and those ones. Anyway, it's these, and I think it was $2.99 for one of these sizes, but I also bought some smaller sizes, and it was 3 of those for $2.99, and I thought they would be ideal for threads and other project things. Now this box with my threads, these are the threads for the prairie, the shaker ones I'm working on. It fits perfectly in the bottom there, and it doesn't impede anything that goes on. I put everything in, I zip up, like so, and off I go, right? That's the bag. And if it don't fit in this bag, guys, it cannot come on the road, because really you are not going to work on it. And you can get several projects in here. Obviously you can't get their project bags, you have to take them out and put them in. So that's that. This also I picked up, and you know, I'm ashamed to say that I haven't got the she did give me a bit of paper actually. I need to go and look this person up and tell you who it's from. It's this little, she was across from us at one of the shows we did. And it's a little reversible bag. I like this side personally. It's a little soft Ort bag. Well, I'm going to use it as an Ort bag. And you see, it's quite nice. It's cotton, handmade. And it is reversible. You can have it all mustard, but I'm not interested in that side. So you just turn it down. Yeah. And that goes with me when I go out and about. I will see if I can find her details and show it. So that is that. Now there's one other project to show, one other start, one other new start is this one. So the only thing I'm working on and I'm taking to Cheltenham are the two shakers that I just showed you, the two shaker ones, and this one here that I'm going to show you now. But this one I'm not going to be doing much on it. I'm only going to be doing a little, trying to get the border done. And this one is by the Scarlet House, and it's the floral motif sampler. That one. You've seen lots of people stitch that. It's one I love. I've had in my stash for a while. And I don't know what called out to me. I just thought, I'll start it. Okay. It was just calling out to me. So it again is being worked on a 35 count linen. Now, you know what's interesting? Who would have thought, right? That I would even be able to work on a 35 count linen, really. I mean, in one of my previous episodes I showed you a small that I've got, which is nearly finished actually, which is done on a 40 count linen, because this same company I was telling you about on eBay, Florashell, she does like these sort of little sample packs. You can get, like, they're big enough to do a small, but they're £7.50 for I think 4 or 5 pieces in there. So it means that if you wanted to try a different count or a different color or whatever of linen or Aida, because she sells Aida as well. She's based in Leicester here in the UK. And her delivery is super quick. Really good, really good. And I don't think she charges for postage. I mean, she's ever so reasonable. But anyway, I digress. The thing is, you can try it out without committing to like a big thing. And what happened was I bought some 36 and some 40 and then experimented and realized that actually I can't do it with these glasses because it's my regular reading glasses. But I don't know if I told you in one of my earlier ones, right? When I went to, I go to Specsavers here. No, I don't get a commission. But anyway, they always have deals on glasses, you know, like buy one, you get one, half price or whatever. So what I did was, prompted by Amanda actually, because she told me this because she wears glasses all the time. Whereas I tend to have to wear my glasses for close work, but not for distance work stuff. And Eric, where are you going? And she said to me to take along your embroidery or your close work and then to speak to your optician and get another pair. So I have a second pair, which I don't need for most of my cross stitch or even my artwork or my embroidery work. But when I'm working on 36 or 40 count, which I haven't really, apart from the one piece, I haven't done much on 40, I do need it and I need good lighting. And then I have no problem whatsoever seeing. I can actually see it with these glasses, but I find it much easier and you don't want to lose count. Anyway, coming back to this Scarlet House piece, that one, yeah? This is my progress. I have started. I'm really enjoying it actually. It's fun. It's fun. I'm doing, and it's so fine. I just love it. One thread over 2. I hope I don't show you the chart. So my border is coming on nicely. It's a very simple border. It's just in black. I'm using DMC 310. And I don't know if yes, I brought it down to show you. Another thing which I did point out on one of my other floss tubes as well. DMC 310. I use a lot. I don't know about you, but I use a lot because I've got like long dogs and stuff like that, you know, in my stash. That is really worth getting. They sell it. It's DMC, authentic DMC. It's not CXC. And it's on eBay. There's a company on eBay that sells it. And it's very reasonable. And there's a lot on here. I don't know if it says, let me have a look. Hold on. See if I can see inside. It has got approximately 425 meters. And it wasn't that expensive. It's much cheaper if you're using a lot of black than constantly buying those skeins. The other one I'm going to buy from them is B5200, which is that bright white, because I like that white. I like my whites white. So yeah, I thought I'd show you that. I've shown you that before. Now back to this floral motif sampler. Oh, you want to see the needle minder? I can't remember where it came from actually, but look at it. It's quite cool. I like it. I like what it says. Oh, my tummy is grumbling as well. Must be tea time. But anyway, yeah. So back to this floral, put my teeth back in. Floral motif sampler by the Scholar House. Now, it has the colors called for, right, are Weeks Dye Works, but they do give a DMC equivalent. And it's a few colors, and I was thinking to myself, do I want to get the fancy floss? Do I want a mixture of the fancy floss? So what I did was I went into Lakeside Linen, and I just sort of, in fact, I probably can't show you that. Let me make sure there's nothing I'm not allowed to show you. You see, there's the list there. You see, there it is. So there are the colors, right? And that's the stitch count as well. Give you an idea of its size. It's not massive, girl, especially on the 36 count. But you see, it's got the DMC as well. So, see, Eric is my permanent friend now. He's here. You can't see him. There he is. Anyway, so I decided, to be honest, I wasn't 100%. I like the pattern and the look of it. But if I bring back the picture again, I wasn't 100% sure about the colors. Now, I understand and I appreciate that it is like a sort of very antique looking piece, yeah, the way they've done it. You know, the colors are quite very muted. But I went on to Lakeside Linen, as I said, here in the UK, and what I did was I picked the colors, the fancy floss colors, and put them in the basket, because that's a good way of seeing them. Yeah, so I put them all in the basket as if I was going to buy them. And to be honest with you, when I put those colors together, no, not for me. It was too brown, too muted. No. And it's not unattractive, but it's not to my taste. Now, I don't want it bright, because I do like the antique look of it. And in fact, this linen I'm working it on, I am thinking seriously about whether or not I might mix up some walnut, the walnut dye, you know, the walnut granules, and spray it, because I don't want to wet it. Because the reason why I don't want to wet it is that I have noticed when you wet the linen and dye it, right, it does close the holes up a bit, and that's not what I need on 36, yeah? So anyway, I didn't really like the colors that much, to me. So I decided I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to choose my own colors, right? But I've just brought this down to show you. I, however, don't mind the family of greens that they're using. So I'm going to just hold up. If you haven't got this, you ought to get one. It's a DMC. You can get it from Amazon and various places. So the family of greens they're using are these greens, these gray greens. So I'm thinking I'm going to pull from my CXCs, because I work mostly in CXCs, all of these greens. I might eliminate one or two, like that one, that pale gray one, right? I'm thinking I'm going to use those greens, and I might add in like a green like that green. So that's my green sorted, okay? And what I'm going to do is just randomly do my own thing. As far as the flowers go, I didn't really care for the colors too much. I'm going to pull the DMC colors for the flowers to see what the DMC equivalent, because actually I think some of the DMCs might come up a little bit brighter than those dyed ones. And then I'm going to see how I go. So hopefully by the next time you see me, I will have a floss thing with the colors on, because at this time I'm focusing on my shakers, my 2 shakers. So therefore, I'm not going to get myself tempted to start the flowers on this. All I'm doing is putting a few DMC 310 black, 1 strand to make up that border, right? To make the frame. So I'm not going to do it, but hopefully by the next time, I will show you how I get on, because I'm not convinced that they're to my taste, which is fine, you know. It's your work. You can do whatever. You see, it's getting a bit. Oh, it's quite misty out there now. Getting a bit chilly. I'm by the window. You can't really see the fence. I don't know if I can turn you around a little. No, you can't. You probably can just see the trees out there. Very quiet as always here. And we've had so many birds, so many autumn birds. Now, what else have we got? We're getting there. We are getting there. Now, I have a quandary and a dilemma, which I thought I would share with you. And I thought it led on nicely from my 36 count adventures, right? Now, you know what? I've come to the conclusion, right? Because I do like samplers and I do have quite a few in my whips and ones that I love and I'm determined to get stitching on and get finished at some point. However, having done that one on the 36 count, and I don't know if you guys remember this one. No, this one I think was done on, this was done on 32 count. So this one, and again with this I use one thread. Remember that? A blessing sampler. I'm hoping Simon will frame that so we can see it framed at the next one. I like the way this sampler looks. I like the fact that it's one thread. I love it. I love the finish of that. And I appreciate that that one is obviously coarser than this one because it's on 36 count, isn't it? So that's finer. And I love the fine. But this one, if I could hold them up together, I don't know. So you can compare. Let me just fold it a bit. You see, you can compare the scale. You see what I mean? That one is obviously bigger. And I don't mind that. But, and I think this is on, a 32 count. But I think I might have dyed this because it's shrunken a little. It's fairly tight. So I like that. So here's the dilemma now. I went into my whips, right? Because I thought, oh, just thinking ahead. Obviously, I'm focused on my shakers. I'm not going to be distracted again. I'm going to be a good girl. But my mind ran on two samplers that I really love. And I thought, you know, I'd love to put a few more stitches into them. And I'm going to bring them out to remind you who they are. One of them is this one. And I love this. I really, really do. Teresa Cogut. Okay? I started this last year, I think. Because since I've been doing Flosstube, actually, and this was one of the purposes of doing Flosstube, apart from sharing with you guys and everyone. Sorry, I'm not being discriminatory by saying guys, people. I hope nobody gets offended. But anyway, you know what I mean, with all of you. I started doing Flosstube, right? Apart from sharing some of my knowledge and stuff and being part of the community in order to focus my mind, because at the end of the day, my cross stitch is my hobby. Okay, I have my day job, which is my art, which I adore, but this is my hobby. But I found that with my work, with my professional work, I was quite organized, but mentally with my cross stitch work, I was kind of like drifting. Do you know, I was all over the place. I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't know what was in my whips. I didn't know whatever. But by watching Flosstube and sharing Flosstube with you, I find that it's really helped to organize my mind and focus me a bit. Not because I want to have content to show you, nothing to do with that, because, you know, it's nice to show you stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, some people worry about content and all that. I see some of the Flosstubers worry, and they shouldn't worry about it, because at the end of the day, right, this is your hobby. This is my hobby. It is not, I'm not doing it to, you know, thinking, oh, I must stitch that because I have something to show. No, sorry. If I didn't stitch anything, then I'd still come and talk to you, but I'll have anything. But seriously, on a positive note, I think this year, and I'm going to reflect on the year either in January or with the end of the year, I feel in my soul that this has really benefited me a lot. I feel I've achieved more. I've focused on more. It doesn't mean I haven't started more, but it really has. It's given it a bit, sort of galvanized it and made it a kind of real thing, because I'm doing it very much my hobby. Obviously, I'm doing it to myself, you know, just me. You know, poor long-suffering Simon, he has to listen to it as well. But it's nicer to share it with the community. So it's definitely been a benefit to me. I'm really enjoying doing them. Really, really am. And it is benefiting me. But coming back now to Miss Teresa Cogut, who is a wonderful designer. So that's the piece there, right? Now I'm going to show you my progress. Bearing in mind, we just looked at my 36 count and we looked at my lovely blessing sampler, which I love. I really don't like this. I've gone off it. I want to restart it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't like the design. I don't like how this looks. Now this is on a 28 count linen, dyed by me, and the linen is beautiful. You know, I'm not going to waste the linen. But you see, firstly, if I can bring it up close, I don't like how my stitches look. I don't. It's two threads, and I know this one was an earlier start when I first started, but I don't really like it. I don't like it. It just looks chunky to me. So that's the first problem. That's the first thing, because I'm going to restart it, seriously, because I'm not giving it up, because I love this. The other problem is, look at the size of this girl. And this is not a massive sampler, but look here. Look here. Look. I live in a cottage, an English cottage. Come on. I know it's a Victorian cottage and it's got reasonable ceiling heights, but it is a cottage. Hello. It's too big. So that is the other thing that's driving me towards the 36 count, because I can get my samplers a bit smaller. And actually I can see a time, especially if there's not too much writing on it, where I might even do some on 40 count. Because I'm able to do it. When I did this one first on the 28 count, right? And I just love this piece of fabric. It's so pretty. And I'm going to use it up for smalls and stuff, because I don't mind smalls being big. When I first started, guys, you know, to be honest with you, I could never have dreamt. I was struggling to work on 28 count. And that was last year, you know. And there's a very important lesson here, because I'm going to restart this. What I'm going to do with this, I'm going to order myself a bit of 36 count next month. I get paid again, because I want to get back to this one. And there's another one I'm going to show you as well. You know, when I, some years ago, when I did my City and Girls, I also did teacher training. I did City and Girls teacher training, and I did teach adult ed for a while. And one of the things that we learned in teacher training, right, the difference between teaching adults and teaching children is that with adults, sometimes you present something to your adult, you know, students, learners, and they just can't do it. They just can't. For some reason, they can't wrap their heads around it. And one of the things they taught us is to leave it in the syllabus, wait, teach them some other skills, maybe go backwards and come forwards. And you might surprise yourself that in a few months' time, they are ready for it. Now, that is something which is quite unique to how adults learn, because unlike children, for some reason, we have life experience, you know, like we draw on other things, and we learn in a slightly different way to the way a young child might learn. And I suppose the takeaway from this as well for all of you and for me is that, and I've said this before, never write something off. Never say, oh, I'm only going to buy 28 count or 14 count because I'll only ever work on Aida. I'm never going to work on anything else. Because you never know what might happen, how your skills, you suddenly find, oh, actually, I can work on an 18 count Aida, or I can work on a 40 count. And it's not like you push yourself towards it. It just sort of naturally sometimes evolves. You sort of evolve, and your tastes evolve, and things evolve, right? And I still like 28 count, and I will still work on 28 count, and I will still work on 32, and I do work on Aida, and I love my Aida pieces. I mean, the squash bottoms are on Aida, and quite a few of my pieces on Aida. But I think with the samplers, I mean, the biggest problem that I realized very early on is that some of them are such big girls, and unless you have a massive house, and I personally, if I stitch a thing, I want it on my wall. I don't want to be rotating my work. I want to see where it's feasible to hang it in my home, which brings me around to the other quandary, because she's going to be restarted for sure. Now let's see, did I bring the other one down? Yes. Now this was my birthday start from last year, and no chuckling. This is the second time I've started it, and based on what I've just said, it is about to be started a third time. But I'm determined, because I love it. Now this one is a very big girl. It's called Consider the Lilies. You must have come across it before. This is one of my favorites. And his eyes on the sparrow as well is also in my stash. And I intend to stitch this. I really want to stitch it. I've got all the threads, I've got it kitted up, I've got everything, right? Now, the first time I started this, and I'm going to show you in a minute why this definitely needs to be reduced in size, because this is a big one. This one, let me see if I can see the stitch count. Wait for it. 435 stitches by 363. I mean, that's a mega girl. Lots of people have finished it. Lots of people have stitched this, and lots of people are stitching on it. And I enjoy it, but I had gotten quite a way ahead, but I was working on 28 count linen at the time. And it was when I first started. So it wasn't last year's birthday start. I think it was the year before. So I wasn't that, you know, up on things, because before I started stitching again, I only ever stitched on Aida. I never stitched on linen at all. So I had no clue. And I decided to start this on a 28 count, dyed by me. Beautiful piece it was too. Beautiful piece of linen. And I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. And what I should have done in hindsight is just leave it, right? But I didn't. I decided to dye a bit of Aida. I decided, well, I can't do linen. I want to do it, so I'm going to dye a bit of Aida. So what I did was I dyed this. But now this is a 16 count Aida. You ready for it? Look at the size of this beast. Now, where was I going with this thing? Look here. And it only has a 2-inch border. Look, look, look. Where was I going? I mean, what was I thinking? There is no way on the creation that would ever hang in my home. It's ridiculous, right? Again, I'm not going to waste it, right? Because that's my progress, not a lot. Because again, I started to work it, and you know, I knew I didn't like the stitching. Again, I wasn't comfortable. This one is not as bad as my Teresa, but my Teresa Koga. But you know, the stitches, man, it's those, they just look chunky to me. I'm not feeling it. Nice needle minder though. Denkai Designs, I think. It's a fancy one. Yeah, so I think this one and Teresa Koga, I've pulled them out of the whip pile, because next month I am going to buy a bit of linen, and I am going to once and for all crack on and get these done, because I think definitely this one is definitely too big. No way, Jose, is that gonna fly. I don't know where I'm going to hang it. Unless I hang it in the garden as a mural. So yeah, and I like the idea of, I like doing the samplers in particular. I like one thread on them. I think it gives them, for me anyway, it makes them feel a bit more aged and worn and delicate. So I like that. Now, we almost coming to the end of the stitching, I think. Yeah. Now, the only thing, I don't know, because I don't know, time is cracking on. We're up to almost an hour now. And you know I always do long videos, don't I? And anyway, I owe you a long one because you haven't seen me for a while. So let's carry on then. So the other thing I was going to show you, right? Now, stitching with my Littlie, as you know, they're my stitchy buddies. I love them, those two. Kayla and Lauren, if you're not watching them, you ought to be watching them. We've sort of like become pen friends, stitching pen friends. And I'm hoping next year to meet them in person. I'm going to one of the retreats next October, and they might be there. But also, I do Malvern Autumn. So next year autumn, I'm going to see if we couldn't meet up in person. And I just love them because they remind me, I don't know, they remind me of me and my daughter, Britty. You know, she's quite artistic and stuff. And we used to share such lovely times, especially in the winter and stuff, creating together. And she's come out into the stream, I mean, she's 28 now. Where did the time go? But you know, so they're just something about them, and they're just warm and approachable, and I don't know, we've kind of bonded. But anyway, so on her, not her last Flosstube, because I've just seen she's put another Flosstube out that I need to catch up on. But on the Flosstube before, she showed something that she bought on holiday, right? A piece of stitching. So like, I watched the video, I think I watched her Flosstube, and like 2 days later, I went to the charge shop. She found hers in charge shop in Wales. And blow me down, and it's going to be a bit glistening because it's in glass. I found almost the identical thing in the charge shop at the princely sum of £2. Look. I couldn't believe it. It was the same one almost. I thought, what's the chance of that happening? Right? And of course, I had to save the stitches, because somebody stitched that, £2. Isn't that such a shame? And then I went into the antique shop up in Horncastle, and I saw 2 more, and they were £10 each. And I was tempted, but you know what? I'm going to show you the book that they come from, because I did shout out Lauren and Kayla and tell them, because they weren't sure who it was, who was the designer. But I actually happened to have the book, and so I told them who it was. So I'm thinking, I was going to pick those up, and then I thought, I like to kind of probably stitch my own. And to be honest, they're not that difficult to stitch. Now, let me see if I can get the book out to show you. That is the book. Now, those of you who have been stitching from the 80s, you retro stitchers, you'll remember this. I picked up mine secondhand somewhere in a charity shop. All of our yesterdays, and it's just for me nostalgic and romantic. I love it. I'll see if I can show you any of the pictures without showing any of the charts. It's a little bit retro, and in there, actually, in this book, look what I found. And I have not looked up the artist to see if she's still with us. Faye Whitaker, her card was in there. No, this is both secondhand, and she does children's portraits. Her work has been treasured by collectors for over 25 years. I don't know, I haven't looked her up. I don't know if she's still alive. I hope she is, but it was a long time ago. I mean, this book was done, and the best part is the book, I got this from the charity shop, but it's actually signed by her as well. I mean, David and Charles, I don't think they exist anymore as a publisher. I'll show you some of them. I mean, most of you are familiar. As I said, you know, it's a bit retro. I know to show you the chart, but you see this one. They're so cute, and actually they're not that difficult. There's not that much confetti or anything in them. That's my one that I have. I just make sure I don't show you the charts. That's the one that we saw. That's the name of it. Her one, I think the children are in slightly different position, but they used to sell kits as well. They used to sell kits. I don't know if DMC, I can't remember if it was DMC or Anchor or who, because, you know, we're going back up our way. And they do cute little things, like, I'll just make sure none of these, you know, they do little stitches, like smalls. Look at that one. And they make nice little pillows or gifts, isn't it? There you go. Little quick stitches. Yeah. So I dug that out of the library. Oh, and this one. I've got to show you this one. I'm just making sure there's no charts, guys. I don't want to show the chart. Here we go. That one is so lovely. So friendly and lovely. Just nostalgic, isn't it? Very pretty. Almost sort of Victoriana. Very fresh. Mostly they're stitched on Aida, but there's nothing stopping you stitching them on linen. And I'm going to end with these two. It's a distant memory of summer. Don't worry, summer will come again next year. Yeah. So that's all our yesterdays, and I think you can get it on the second-hand market. It's not terribly expensive. I'm just trying to see if I can see when it was. Crikey, the price of books have come down a lot, isn't it? It was $18.99 when it was new. Let me just have a look to see what year it was for those of you who may or may not be interested. Let's see, because in my mind I think it's 80s, but it could have been. Oh, no, that's weird. Sorry, Faye, she's still alive because I should think so. This book was done in 2007, although I don't think it's the first printing of it. I thought it was older than that, but there you are. Time, you know, what can I say? So that is that weird little coincidence, spooky, as we're in the spooky season. The other thing I brought to show you as well was, as I had been working on those shaker styles ones, you know, the ones I was showing you, I thought I would bring some of these down to show you. I've got a little folder here with a few things. Now, I don't know if you guys, any of you people, if you remember. This is the, I'm going to take it out the paper. Hold on. Now, these are the ones that I was saying are a bit retro and remind me of that style of work. Do you remember these? They used to have little cards like this. They used to come in little. They're from the era of lavender and lace. Now, this one I bought on the secondary market. I'm just trying to show you. I can't show you the chart. The chart is not the easiest. It's black and white. I'm just going to flash it. You see, it's kind of like fine, quite that old style. But I'm trying to think who did them. Hang on. This one was done in 1986. And it's called Bird in the Hand, an Amish Village. DMC threads. But I can't see. This is very irritating. It doesn't say who the designer is. Hold on a minute. I'm sure, because I've got a few of them. And they were one of the first patterns I ever bought. I never did stitch it. I have got one somewhere in... Oh, yes. Here we go. I knew I had one with the actual everything on it. this. Do you remember? That's only a little bit of the chart. You can't stitch anything from that. Do you remember these? Told in a Garden. They still sell them. You can get them on I think Create Nostalgia has them, and also Chris at the Nimble Thimble might sell them, and I think Art and Design have got some, and you can pick them up on eBay. They're still around. They're still around. Or being made anyway. So that was another one, which is in my stash to show you. See the same sort of style? I love it. And they're not very big. They're not very big. Again, when I get round to stitching that, I would stitch it on. This is one I found in the thrift shop, in the charity shop. That one. I'm not taking it out of the plastic. Okay, so that's another one. From that series, hang on a minute, I am making a mess, guys. And I've got another one, but I can't show it to you because all I have is the in here is the chart, because I put a working copy in this folder, but I will tell you what it's called. It's called Amish Country. It's a newish one, and it is by Twin Peaks Primitives. Twin Peaks Primitive, you can look it up. It's called Amish Country, and it is by Twin Peaks Primitives, and it's a similar sort of style with the house and the quilts, but I can't show you because I haven't got the picture in here. Now, is that all of my Amish type styles, or my, what I like to call, yeah, I think those are the only ones I brought to show you. And this one I got, hold on, sorry, let me just pull it out here. I'm making a mess, chaps and ladies. I'm making a mess, people, not good. Anyway, that one's quite cheap, actually. It was from these people on Etsy. That's that sort of style as well. I thought I would show you. It's not really a designer focus. It's like more of a style focus. I've got a couple more. This one here I got on the secondary market. And me and my husband, we like trains. We like heritage railways. And I thought that was nice. I think I picked it up. I can't remember. I think it was in an auction. It wasn't much money. Yeah, it's an American designer. Let's see what else I've got for you. And these ones as well. I like this designer. Again, this is very old school. This is very old school. I've got a few of these in my stash. Quite old school. I think Leisure Arts, because I don't think they print anything anymore. But if you go and look them up online, they do PDFs of some of the old stuff. Because some of the Leisure Arts ones are nice, right? And this particular designer here, her name is Paula Vaughan. And I've seen people showing her work on Flosstube, but look at all of the designs there. All of these, you know, she does loads. She's got loads. They do pop up on eBay and on the secondary market. And I have got a few of her designs, but that one is called Memories of Christmas. And all of them tend to feature quilts and that sort of old style, old school. So I just thought I'd show you them to show you the sort of vibe that I'm thinking about with that shaker and why I like it. Now, what else have I got in here? Now, we're now down to what I've been buying. Anything I've bought recently. So what haul have I got? I've got a little bit of haul here to show you. And then we'll be wrapping up soon. This one I have loved for 100 years, as Laura would say. And Brenda and Laura. 1,000 years. This one, she offered me a discount, so I got it. It was sitting in my wishlist forever. I love this sampler. Right? That's who it's from, Sampler and Stitches. I like it. I think that's a nice one. It's not too big. Chart is lovely. I like to work in color graphs myself. But, you know. This one is not a very good picture of it. This one, Harriet Charlesworth. She was on my wish list for a while. I think Sampler September must have captured me, isn't it? Because I've got all these samplers. This one. Okay. It's a nice one. So that one I had it in my wishes for a while. What else have we got? We got another sampler. We're sampler rich today. That one. This one as well was from the previous company I showed you. That one. So I got those, and then you see, I might not have been stitching, but I was blooming thinking about it, wasn't I? And then I got from Michelle, MamalovesyouGB. She's released this. Again, Michelle is another one who I like her designs, and I've never bought anything. And I thought it's about time I get my hands out of my pockets and get something from Michelle. Another sampler, because it was sampler September. This one, Hannah Art was. Again, I'm going to use my own colors. I'm thinking I'm going to work this one in conjunction with the floral motif sampler and have the colors kind of working together, you know. Probably using a similar palette for the two, because again, this one, it's got too many sort of beige brownies and those sort of too muted for me. It's still going to keep the antique look, but I want a little bit of life in it. This I got as well from Crochet A Go-Go, which I don't think it's going to be stitched for Christmas, but that one. It matches the other Halloween sample I showed you. PDF available on Etsy. I think she had a sale on as well, or she gave me a discount. I cannot remember. Something closed the deal anyway. Something sealed the deal. What else have I got? I got this one. Got quite a bit here. I'm leaving her in the plastic. She is, somebody has had a finish on this somewhere on one of my groups. She is so dandy and cute. Again, Etsy. And it's from, oh, it doesn't say the company there. Yeah, Raven Stitchcraft. Raven Stitchcraft, Etsy. Wasn't very expensive. She has nice things. I think I've got a few of her things in my Halloween folder. What else was new and wonderful? Only two more newbies to show you. No, well, from this section anyway. The other thing is from my lovely Lauren at Flossabilities and her brother. Do go over and show them some love. The Halloween pillow. I love her other pillows, but this Halloween pillow had to come home with me. And that's not very big, is it? So that's a nice one. Beautifully charted, nice and clear. You know, at the end of the day, that's the nice thing about stitchers, designing for stitchers, right? They know our pain, and they know what it is to have a nice clear chart to work with. Also from Lauren, from Flossabilities, I got this one. So I got two, because we can't have a pattern traveling alone. This is gorgeous. I think this is going to be a big stitch though, because it took her a long time to stitch the model. But it's gorge, 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 gorge. That's it. And it's called Trick or Treat Town. Trick or Treat Town. So that was the main part of my haul. Now bearing in mind that I've not bought these strips all at once, yes. You haven't seen me since September. So I've been slowly buying a few little treats and goodies. And what else was I going to show you quick? Before I let you move on to the next one. I have also got this one, because I have wanted this for a while and I saw it on a stash unload on eBay. I'm going to take it out of the plastic. I don't think you can see it. It's Plum Street. Live on Little. That one. You've seen it around. Yeah? I got that for a good price on eBay. Somebody must have been just getting rid of it. I don't know if she'd stitched it. That one. Keep it with the Halloween spirit. Blackbird Designs. Really cute. Show you one or two of the stockies. I think Michelle showed this on Mama Loves You recently. I think it was her fault actually. I think she made me do it. But I do like Blackbird anyway. And what else have I got in here? So this is over a period of time, yes, because you haven't seen me and I thought I need to just get it out the way or else you won't see them. This one, October by the Cricket Collection. Another Halloween theme. Quite a bit, I suppose, I've accumulated. And what else have I... Oh, this one. I love this. Don't know when I'm going to do this because it's a big girl. Rosewood Manor. I was on the waiting list for this and it came available, so I thought I'd snag it. And the forest scroll. That one, I don't think I'm going to do the whole thing, you know. I don't know. Because you could, I think the trees are quite nice. I like trees. As you know, with my artwork, I do a lot of nature. I think you could do bits with that, smalls and things. So we must be coming to the end. We must be, or else I've been a very naughty girl. Yes, we only have 2 more, I think, in here from my delightful deliveries. That one, Erica Michaels. That's the quilting berries. There is a sampler berries as well. I've got my eye on that one. I do. And this one, which is the green pears. The green looks a bit washed out. I think I've got one of the red pears, but I haven't got the... that's why I've got the blue pears. I can't remember. I need to organize my stash. That's one of the things I'm doing over the winter period. I had started to file my stuff, and I think I'm gonna do that. And apart from that, guys, I'm not sure, ladies and gentlemen, if there's anything else left in here. I'm just looking around, make sure I haven't missed anything. I did get some more Peter Rabbit, but I think we've done enough of stuff. So I will save that for next time. I'll show you what's been happening with Peter Rabbit. Unfortunately, not a lot has been happening with Peter Rabbit in terms of progress, but I have obviously kept up the subscription. I got this book as well. Because last weekend and Saturday I didn't get to take any pictures for you. It's a weaving book, so it's not really, you know. But I do have my looms, as you know. They're not those, it's not like those big shafted looms. These are what I call it's like a simple 2-shaft loom. So it's an easy loom. It's not the, you know. But this one has some interesting patterns and things that you can do using just a 2-shaft. It's just what I call an up and down loom for those of you who aren't really into weaving. It's just a nice book that I spotted because on the weekend, so before I go, on the weekend, it's a little bit of life update, tiny bit. So on the weekend, I went to Birmingham to the NEC. And I went to the caravan show with my husband because Simon likes, we have a caravan, as you know, and Simon was his treat for his birthday in October. So we enjoyed that, which was nice looking at all the brand new caravans, and some of them are, frankly speaking, quite outlandish with an outlandish price. But we picked up a few accessories and things for our caravan. So then we left there in the afternoon, late afternoon, and then we decided we had a little bit of a treat. We stayed in the Holiday Inn in Derby, which was really nice. And if I can, I will put some pictures in. We stayed in Derby, beautiful. I've never been to Derby before, so that was okay. And we had a lovely, nice meal in a very lively Turtle Bay restaurant, which is like a West Indian restaurant. I eat any kind of food. I'm not bothered. You know, I'm quite universal with my palate, but we were in there and that was very, very lively. I find that the ladies and gentlemen up the north, especially the youngsters, they're full of verve and vigor. And the girls were dressed in their skimpy next to nothings, which was lovely to see them. I remember those days when I used to only have standing skirts. I'll leave the words to your imagination. Anyway, it was nice to see them all frolicking and having fun, and it was a lovely atmosphere and it was nice. And then we went for a long walk around. It was a nice evening. It was dark, but you know, went into the shopping center, did a little looking around just to walk off to dinner, and then we went in the bar, had a couple of glasses of Prosecco, and then it was very nice because then we went upstairs and Simon was looking through his caravan paraphernalia and I was there stitching away, drinking my Prosecco in bed. How lovely. So it was very nice and it had a lovely view and all the things. And then the next day we drove up through the Yorkshire Dales. And we went, Simon dropped me off, and I went to, where was it? Bakewell, the Bakewell Wool Gathering, which is like a fiber festival, which was fabulous. Really had a great time. And the scenery was amazing, amazing. As I said, if we can get some pictures in, I will. But we went to Bakewell. Bakewell itself is a beautiful town. It's in the Derbyshire Dales. Beautiful, beautiful little market town. Very popular with tourists and walkers and stuff. And the scenery is staggering. But anyway, what the Fibre Festival was, it was brilliant. it was all about knitting. There was lots of small producers who hand dye stuff, luxury yarn, yeah. I mean, if you like textiles, you'd have loved it. You'd have been in your element. And it had a nice sort of homely feeling to it. So that was very nice. And Simon went walking, and then we passed by my son, and then we came home. So that was quite good. That was the good bit. Now, my friend Gwen, who actually, as I mentioned, my friend Gwen sent me some stitchy kindness. So Gwen had a clear out. I put them in this bowl. Let you see. Look at all those tiny beads. She sorted out all of those beads for me as a gift. She also gifted me 2 massive bags of fiber, merino and other types of fiber, and sort of like natural breed of sheep, you know, like the browns and so on, for my needle felted teddy bears and my needle felted adventures. So anyway, thanks Gwen. Hi Gwen. Yeah. So, and I thought about Gwen because she would have absolutely have loved it at this event that I went to. There is another one. Now, I don't know if you guys are into knitting, you people are into knitting, or you're into spinning or felt making or anything like that. I really can highly recommend going to one of these fiber festivals. They're really, really good. And I saw my friend Trine there and a couple of other exhibitors who I know. So that was nice to see a few friends as well. So I went to that, but there is a big one going on in Birmingham, Christmas Fiber Festival, which I'm intending to go to, and I'm going to take some pictures. I don't know why I didn't take any pictures at the other one, but I will see if I can find any screenshots to send to put on the video if Simon has time to put it on for me. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, how could I forget? In November, I am off to the Knitting and Stitching show in Harrogate. Oh yeah. I'm really looking forward to that. I was such a good girl. I was well behaved at the other show I told you I went to. The only thing I bought was a little funky pair of scissors, which I will pull out to show you. I didn't buy anything at the fiber show, even though it was nice. Well, I did. I got something for Amanda for her birthday, but that would be telling. So I can't show you that. But I bought myself only one little treat. They were so cute, I couldn't resist them. Look. I'll come back to Harrogate in a minute. I haven't forgotten. Look at these guys. You people. I mean, how cute is that? Oh, I had to have those. They're so cute. They're from a company called Knitted Gifts for Knitters. Again, I will try and put their details at the bottom. I'll try and remember to do that for you. They were a lovely company. Very nice people. They had some beautiful things for sale. Very reasonably priced as well. And it came in that little box. Not that I need any more scissors, but you can never have too much. Anyway, last thing before I go, as I said, I am off to the Knitting and Stitching show at the end of November. I'm going with my North Kime craft group, which I'm a member of. We've just moved to a new hall, actually, and I've not been able to go to the new hall. So there are a few villages up from me. So I'm looking forward to that. It'd be nice to hang out with the girls on the coach. It's about 2.5 hours on the coach from me, early start. I will try and do some footage when I'm there for you as well. If I can. Some people are a bit funny about you filming their stands, so you have to be a bit careful. But I think that's why I didn't film at the other one. Anyway, there will be cross stitch. Oh yes, there'll be cross stitch. So I don't know how well behaved I will be, because there will be goodies up my street. I'm hoping to pick up some linen. I'm hoping not to pick up too many charts. And the lady who does the mill hills. Oh my goodness, what they're called? I can't remember what they're called. Oh, brain. Anyway, there is somebody there who does, like, she does a lot of mill hill kits, and she does she kits out mirabilias, and she kits out chatelaines and stuff. I'm not going there with the chatelaine, so we won't go there. But yeah, I'll probably pick up something from her. Black Sheep Wool will be there. They normally have butty thread kits and various things. There'll be beads, there'll be threads. I'm hoping also to pick up some silk threads and some nice threads, and also paint box threads will be there, and I always buy a few threads from her. I'm hoping she has her silks, because I wouldn't mind some silks for my cross stitch. So people, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I know it was a bit of a long one. Good Lord, yes, it has been very long, but you haven't seen me for a long time, if you have endured to the end, then I'm very grateful to you for having stuck with me through the whole thing. I have missed you all terribly, and hopefully normal transmission will be resumed once the shows are over and I am on winter break, and more stitching will take place, and so on and so forth. So from me, it is goodbye until the next time. Enjoy your stitching and hope to catch up again with you soon. Bye-bye. Bye.